Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone, to another sports card episode. Today, I wanted to go over some of the cards that I got back from Starstock. What I want to do is send these cards to HGA for grading, so I went ahead and requested them back from the Starstock platform. I received those, so we're going to go ahead and take a look. Are they actually good enough to send off for grading? Basically how good is a Starstock A quality card? So I wanted to take a look at that today. Before we get into that though, you can see I have Jackie Robinson. Behind me. Good friend of mine, Glenn, sent me this as a gift, basically to put up on my wall so that he didn't have to look at the blank wall in the background on these videos. So we haven't been able to put it up yet, but we're getting around to it. But in the meantime, I just decided to put it on a chair behind me, and eventually it will make it up in the studio. I'll call this a studio, it's just my office, but we'll see it on the wall pretty soon. Anyway, thank you, Glenn, for sending me this Jackie Robinson poster. Everyone should know by now that watches my channel, I am a Dodger fan, so this is a really cool piece to add to the collection. And so I wanted to also just briefly touch on the market as everyone's talking about license change with Fanatics taking over, which is way down the road. Talking about it, it's a pretty hot topic right now. And I wanted to point out a video by Ziggy No. He actually kind of comments on an HBO special, which I didn't even know existed, with Brian Gumbel asking questions about the sports card industry. So probably many of you who watch this may be aware that HBO had done this. I honestly had no idea, but I thought it was really cool. It goes over a couple people that have had a lot of success in the hobby, buying and selling in collections, or dealers, card shop dealers that have had a lot of success. And it kind of goes over the potential things to be aware of as far as either fraud or just the market being overheated in general. But it's a really cool thing to watch. And if you've been watching other YouTube content creators and kind of following the hobby for the last couple of years, I think it'll be insightful and you'll be able to add your own take to it and kind of get a lot out of it as far as what you think of the hobby, the state of the hobby, where it's going to be a couple of years from now, 10 years from now, and so on and so forth. One of the things though that I thought was really interesting is they interviewed one card collector. He's actually, I don't know if he was a collector before the pandemic, but he's an investor now, and he pointed out that what it was a general statement, but what he said is that sports cards have outperformed the S&P 500 for the last 20 years. Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume that he means certain sports cards, because if you think about it, probably most sports cards did not outperform the S&P 500 over the last 20 years. I would say probably 99% of sports cards did not, but he's probably referring to, and if you look at the video, you look at his collection, it's Hank Aaron rookie, it's Babe Ruth cards, it's Jackie Robinson, it's vintage from the 40s, the 50s, PSA graded cards. So he went heavy in very rare Honus Wagner type cards. And I think that's something to take away as well. And I was going to do a video, and I still will do a video on that later on how those cards have appreciated at least over the last 17 years, which is when PWCC started tracking eBay sales going back to 2004. That's what I wanted to kind of show, what some of these key cards have done over the last 17 years, which is a long time span. We're not talking about the last 2 years or even the last 5 years. 17 years is quite a long time frame to look at the price of certain sports cards. So I did want to cover that as well. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the Starstock A quality cards that we got back just recently. Okay, so let's get into it. The cards that I requested back are quite a mix. There's some baseball, some basketball, and I believe there's even a little bit of football. So we're gonna start with Ozzy Albies. This is just his base Topps Chrome. Looks good. I already put it in a grading card saver, so you can kind of take a look can't really see much through the camera in terms of if there's any flaws on the surface, but I took a look at it with the tool. Actually, I should show that. I have this tool here, this magnifying glass. So it gives you a good close-up look at the card, and that's exactly what the graders at PSA or HGA, I'm hoping all the companies use to go ahead and take a look at the actual condition of the card. I picked up this Jordan Love. I actually have a few more of these on Starstock, and the reason I didn't request them all back is because I am hopeful that PSA opens up at least maybe by the beginning of next year. I'm willing to kind of hold out that long and just get them graded by PSA. Aaron Rodgers is a starting quarterback, so for all practical purposes, Jordan Love is going to sit the bench all year, so there's really no rush to grade the cards and try to make any kind of a profit on these just yet. But this card looks good. It's ready to go for grading. Sent back, again, same thing with Walker Buehler. I just wanted to have one in an HGA slab. He's been really hot lately. A lot of talk that he is the front runner for the Cy Young Award. And I just wanted to have a nice Walker Buehler, really for my own personal collection in HGA slab. I have about 6 more of these on Starstock. Same thing, waiting to get them graded at PSA. Picked up this Jared Walsh, and at the time, going into the All-Star break, he was having a really good year, and obviously he has completely fallen off since that time. But I don't know, I might still get one graded, have for my own PC. I mean, he's obviously going to be part of the Angels' future, it looks like, for the short term at least, so go ahead and keep that and maybe get it graded by HGA. And I picked up a Shohei Ohtani Topps Chrome. This one, again, looks good. These usually gem pretty well, according to the PSA pop reports. So I'm curious to see what HGA will give it. Weird, in the light, it looks like that upper right corner might have an issue, but I think it's just the glare. I took a look at this, and it actually looks really clean. So those are the cards that I already took a look at, and they all look pretty good. I wanted to talk about a disappointing card, which is this Kenny Galladay. This is a silver, and all of the rookie cards in football were silver this year. And it's Starstock A. Now, 2 disappointing things. One is that it's Kenny Galladay, and I bought it on the hype once he signed with the Giants. The card has since gone down in value. But the other thing is this is a Starstock A, and if you look closely at the bottom right and bottom left corners, they are definitely damaged. And I believe that the card was probably damaged while they were loading it into the sleeve. That's my guess, because there's no way a grader would have graded this a Starstock A in its present condition. So I'm giving Starstock the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully they will able to either give me my money back or at least give me the difference between an A and a B, which I don't even know if this qualifies as a B. But that was one disappointing card. The other one is one of these. So I got 2 more Jared Walsh cards. I'm probably not going to get these graded. I just want to get one graded. But one of them had an issue with the corner as well, and I can't remember where it was. It doesn't really matter, though. It's Jared Walsh. So, but that, that was another Starstock A card that had an issue with the corner. Let's go through the rest of these. I actually have not looked closely at these, but I did glance at them through the top loader, and they look pretty good. Byron Buxton was off to an incredibly hot start, and again, he's another one who, well, he got injured, so unfortunately that happened, and the card has significantly gone down in value. I'm still going to get it graded, though. He's still a good player, and when he comes back, either next year, if there's any hype for the Twins, I'll have some graded Byron Buxtons. Picked up this Lonzo Ball. Now, this is actually a Starstock B, and I'm curious to see how this grades. It looks pretty good. I'm going to look at it a little bit more closely before I send it off to HGA. But this is his courtside select rookie, and it's a Starstock B. I only paid $15 for it. I thought it was a pretty good deal. We'll see how that grades. Another Ozzy Albies. Looks pretty good. Got this Corey Seeger. I kind of like this USA Corey Seeger card. I think I probably overpaid for this one. I may have paid as much as $10 to $15. I'm not sure. But you can pick them up right now on Starstock for probably less than $5. And I got 2 of these Buster Posies. I think the centering is something you might want to look at when you're grabbing these Topps cards. Looks pretty good. These were Starstock A quality cards. I paid $30 for one and $23 for another one, so I was able to get a little bit of a deal. We'll see how those grade out. Karis LeVert, I like the Indiana Pacers team, I'll just say that. And so this is his Prism rookie. So we'll see how that, and you can kind of take a look at the corners. Just at first glance, it looks good. You know, obviously it doesn't look like that Kenny Galladay. I have a few of these Garrett Coles as well, and you can pick these up pretty cheap on Starstock too. But I'm going to go ahead and send this to HGA. Yankees are really hot right now, so it'd be nice to have a graded Garrett Cole rookie. I picked up 2 Corey Seegers. I actually have 3 more on Starstock, but again, wanted to get a couple of these in an HGA slab. These are his Topps Chrome rookies. These cards went up quite a bit in value right at the start of the baseball season. And obviously they've come down in value because he's been hurt for most of the season, but Dodgers are hot, and you know, hopefully they're able to overtake that first place spot and you know, make a nice run in the playoffs. I sent this one home too. I just wanted to get one of these graded by HGA and see how it actually sells. This is a little bit more, I won't call it a high-end card, but it's, you know, it's a Nikola Jokic rookie. At one point, a PSA 10 grade of this card was selling for over $1,000. So I left one on Starstock, and I'm going to send that off to PSA, but the current value of a PSA 10 now is about $350 to $375. So it's lost a lot of value, but I just want to get one in an HGA slab. I actually like Kyle Kuzma. I got this before the trade happened, so I think it actually went up in value. And the thing about these optics, these 2017 optics, the backs usually have issues. Oh, you know what? Now I see something on that lower left corner. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like it could be a little bit damaged, but I'll take a closer look at that. At first glance, it looked pretty good, but we'll take a closer look and see how that works out. May not make it to HGA. I got an Alex Verdugo Starstock A. This is just his base Bowman Chrome rookie. I like Alex Verdugo. He was on the Dodgers. Now he's on the Red Sox. He's actually playing pretty well now lately. Urias having a nice year. I believe he's 13-3 and looking solid heading into the playoffs. This is his Bowman Chrome rookie. And I got 3 more Alex Verdugos. These are just Topps base Chrome. Take a closer look at those. See, you know, how those look. Actually, I got 3 Domantas Sabonis. So these are his optics. They're Starstock A quality cards. They actually gem pretty well with PSA. So on these optics, these 2016, you want to look at the back. A lot of times the backs are way off center. And these actually look really good. So I'm going to go ahead. It'd be kind of cool to see these first year optics. They're very colorful. So it'd be kind of cool to see them in an HGA slab. Got a couple more. Got Karis LeVert, also on the Indiana Pacers. You can see I'm a little bit hopeful of that Indiana Pacers team. If you remember, they actually made the playoffs 2 years ago. They had the bubble god, TJ Warren. It looks like he'll be coming back. Plus, they had Domantas Sabonis, who was an all-star and an all-star last year. And they got Karis LeVert in that trade. And he was out probably most of last year with the surgery he had to have, and then he caught COVID at the end of the year. So I don't believe we've seen that Indiana team at full strength. I think people will be surprised. They also got a new coach. And you could pick up those cards super cheap. That's the other thing. I got these at the beginning of the year, kind of bought them a little bit on hype. I didn't pay too much, $10 each. This is the same year as the Mike Trout rookie card. So I thought, you know, it'd be cool to pick up a couple of JD Martinez cards. But he has since drastically cooled off, but I'm still going to send them in for grading. And this is actually a Verdugo refractor. I think I paid as much as $20 for this card. So I'm sure I overpaid. I got it kind of at the beginning of the season when there was a little bit more hype for the Red Sox, but I'm still going to get it graded. Then we got 2 of these Brandon Ingram Select Concourse. These are just his base Concourse rookies. I was able to pick these up for about $15 each. So I thought that was a steal. These are Starstock A quality cards. And I'm going to send those off. I think as soon as I take a look at them, I think they look pretty good. I was kind of concerned about this Stephon Diggs, but I think it looks really good. And this is his Prism base rookie, Starstock A. So we're going to see how that grades out at HGA. But pick this up for about $30. I think you can get it for even less than that. Keep in mind the print runs. And so one of the things when you consider pop count versus print run is that in today's, 2020, 2021, Panini is printing a lot of cards, but there's a lot of serial numbered and parallels and color variations. But it's a lot of cards. There's a high print run on these cards. And so when you look at the pop reports, you might say, oh, well, there's a pop, 100, but it's of a card that nobody knows about. Back in 2015, the print runs were just genuinely low. So even if you look at a card like Stephon Diggs, you're not going to find a whole lot of graded rookie cards of his, and he is the premier receiver on the Bills, which everybody's pretty hyped about this year. Got this Jason Tatum. Probably overpaid for this. I could have picked up even more for around $50 each, but I just didn't really want to put any more. I kind of got caught up in the hate toward base cards, and so I saw a bunch of base cards going down in value, and I'm like, oh, this is a buy low opportunity. But I think I let other YouTube content creators really affect decisions that I would make because, if people are really not buying base, then I don't want to start pouring more money into base. But some of these are really nice cards, and they're going to look nice graded. So just, I went with what I had. We had two more Shohei Ohtanis. Now, so this was the big disappointment. There was the Galladay and there was the Walsh, but one of these had an issue. And I don't know if you can tell on camera. If you zoom in, you might be able to tell. It's this card right here. Yeah, there we go. You could see it on with the light kind of hitting it. That was really disappointing to see that. This is a Starstock A quality card. I was really looking forward to sending 3 of these off to HGA, but obviously this one's not going to make it with that blemish. So I'll only be able to send 2. And like I said, hopefully Starstock will be able to make me whole on those. Looks like there were 3 cards. The Walsh I wouldn't really care about. Even the Galladay I might just let it go and chalk it up to, unfortunate circumstance. I know when cards get shipped, you're not going to get 100% of your cards in perfectly mint condition, even though we probably should expect the cards to make it from one destination to another without getting damaged. I'm willing to let some things slide, but the Ohtani sells for about, $65 to $75 on Starstock, and I think I paid for one of them at least. I did pay about that much. So I just want to, see what happens now that they ship that back to me, and either the card was already, blemished, or it was damaged when they were packaging it up. It doesn't look like it was damaged in transit. The card was still, in the top loader, nice and safe. So it doesn't look like there was any damage that probably took place in transit. I believe it happened when they're packaging it up. It's just my, my hunch, but who knows, really. Could have been that way already. Anyway, just wanted to go over some of the cards that I got back from Starstock. This is the probably 3rd shipment I've had back from them. But this is the first time I've actually requested Starstock A quality cards to go ahead and send off to another grading company. Currently, you actually can't grade your cards through Starstock right now. They only partner with PSA, and as you know, PSA is shut down for pretty much all service levels. So I decided to go this route. In general, I'm pretty happy that I have a bunch of cards to send in for grading. A little disappointed with the Shohei and the Kenny Galladay, but I'll get over it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you. Oh, and by the way, if you did enjoy the video, please like, and if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.